Hello, and welcome back to Got a Problem Mate podcast.
Welcome back.
I'm going to try and do it like you did last
Sorry,
time because
go
it was good. The podcast
I
where
was
we
just
saw.
saying it might be the first time they're listening. It's not welcome.
So not
back,
welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome for the first time then.
No, just a catch-all welcome is good.
Welcome, catch-all, to the podcast where we fix your problems. The guest does our problem. We do each other's problem. And then there's another problem.
Welcome to Got a Problem Mate, the podcast. There isn't any other version of it, so I don't know why I said the podcast. But welcome along. It's the only podcast. I know there's a lot of podcasts out there, but it's the only podcast hosted by two beautiful little boys, Mrs. Zafar's beautiful brown-eyed baby boy, and Barbara Page's handsome little devil, romping around, solving all your problems with his nice hair. Hello, welcome to the show. On today's show, we'll be solving your problems like every week.
Like every week.
And each other's.
Yeah,
I haven't seen you
great.
For a whole week.
No.
As a knowing laugh, because sometimes we record these in a batch.
You can't
say that.
They don't need to know.
The audience aren't idiots.
Yeah, but it's good to have that illusion.
Okay, I haven't seen you all week.
No.
What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I'll tell you my thing that I've had an issue with.
I was asking just how your week is. That's not
Can't
a good
do my
friend
problem.
for me to come in and you just pile a problem on me straight away.
Okay,
like, just
sorry.
say hi.
That's
I
not
haven't seen you
fair.
for a week.
You're right. That's not fair. You know when you meet up with a friend and they just go on about their issues. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it's been good. I've been doing I've been very busy because I'm getting married soon.
Yeah. Well, it's very apt that you should say that because I think that weddings could be a bit of a theme in today's podcast, but we'll get into that shortly.
Okay.
First of all, if people are listening or watching for the first time, please do feel free to get in touch with your problems, which you can do by using the email address, which is Bilal Zafar.
gotaproblemmate@gmail.com. Very good.
Yeah.
Or any feedback, any advice for
Or
Joey.
if you want to scroll through my personal Instagram and find topless photos of me on the beach, you can.
Is it? You can't do this.
Why not?
This isn't what this is for.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Over 38 years I've been alive. Maybe
let's
two
quickly.
good photos of me with my shirt off, and they're both on my.
What's
Instagram.
your Instagram? You can give
Joey
that out.
Page Comedy.
All right, I'm Zafar Cakes, ZAFAR Cakes on all the social medias.
And
I'm on tour all around the UK and Dublin. I need to say because I do want to sell tickets.
Are you not selling any tickets for Dublin? Is that why you're saying and Dublin?
Dublin's added an extra show because it's sold out, mate.
Okay.
I'm saying and Dublin because
are you Dublin in Dublin?
Very good. Yeah. Whelan's in Dublin.
That sounds small. Is that why it's sold out?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just bitter because I'm not on tour.
Yeah, so please come.
I am on tour. Loads of different gigs where I'm just on in the middle doing 20 minutes.
That's not a tour.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
As always, you jump the gun a little bit, but you were quite right too, because we do faff about a bit at the beginning, a bit too much.
Yeah.
Have you got a little problem from your week?
Yeah. I've noticed something that's been happening is that there's people I meet who you chat to and stuff, whatever, and then as I've got a little bit more successful and popular, they don't realise they met me before, and they're very excited about me. But they weren't
in the
before.
Industry.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Now I don't know how.
This isn't about your barber.
It's not my barber.
I didn't realise he's cut your hair before, and now he's excited.
Yeah. So I don't know how to.
So can you give me an example? You don't have to name a name, but give me an example
Sure.
of someone's newfound enthusiasm for you, whereas before they didn't really give a shit about little Zafar Cake.
They're very excited to see you.
No, but I'm saying a specific example of where this happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leicester Comedy Festival a couple of years ago. Meet someone, chat to them for a bit. Yeah, and then more recently you meet them somewhere, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I love your stuff," kind of thing.
Are they a comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's sycophantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And
I thought you were going to say their name.
No.
Sycophantic.
No.
What do you do with that?
That was a thing in the...
What?
For people that don't know loads about comedy, that used to be a trend. People would have names stage names that were funny, or
Did
like,
they?
like Ian Cognito
Yeah.
or Jeff Innocent,
Mm.
who told me that he got his name because he saw on a bridge someone had written Jeff is innocent, and he thought, well, that's a fun.
That's quite good.
And then there was a guy called Matt Welcome, like Welcome Matt. So it was a bit of a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not around anymore.
But I've never geeked with
Huge
the comedian
Davis is one.
Sycophantic.
Oh no, Huge Davis isn't. That's not.
Are
a
they
pun,
from
though.
Dublin? Sycophantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's really good. What's your problem?
My problem is I've got to go to a wedding soon. Right? Have you been to many weddings, Bilal? As a guest, as an adult?
No, not as an
Right.
adult, really.
Because you didn't get invited to mine.
No, I didn't know you.
Because
Though.
I didn't know you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so how many would you say you've been to?
Oh, maybe 15 or something. But it used to always be like my. Oh no, I've been
That's
to
a
one
lot.
school friend's
Right.
recently.
What did you get them?
What did I get him? Nothing, just a card.
Okay. And what about the other ones?
I was little and it was my parents' friends.
And you know,
so I
is
just
that
ran
only one as
around.
an adult? Just a
Yeah,
card? Yeah. Okay. Because I've got to go to a wedding on Saturday.
Oh.
And I'm not sure
Right.
what I should be spending on a gift, if anything, or whether I should just put like £12.50 in a card.
That's a good amount of money.
Is that a good amount of money?
The problem is that the person's wedding you're going to,
Yeah.
all he wanted in life was a big TV and an air fryer, and he's got those.
Right, okay. Should I just write a note saying I knew that they were the only two things that you wanted, and because you've got them, I've got you the other thing that you wanted, which was nothing.
You got me a mug once that I quite like, and a coaster. I use them often.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's just difficult to know where to pitch.
I don't know.
Normally I'm only going to a wedding because I invited them to mine. It feels like, so I know what they got me, so I just basically, and at the time it's pretty good because you get like a load of cash, right?
Yeah.
In an envelope.
That's what I want.
Yeah. And then a few years later, you've got to pay it back in installments. Because you're like, well, they gave me 75 quid, I'll give them 70. They gave me 50
Is
quid.
that how that works?
No, but I don't know. But
in installments?
Well, no, because you're just paying back that loan that you got on everybody's weddings when their weddings come around.
I don't think it's a loan.
But it does work like that.
Oh, God.
Doesn't it?
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, so say I come to your wedding on Saturday, which is still to be confirmed.
You're invited?
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm actually coming.
Right. I mean, you're the witness for...
I can do that via Zoom, kind of.
Yeah.
And say I gave you, let's say it's £12.50.
Okay.
Right? It'll be more than that.
£13.
Depends if I can squeeze in another gig before Saturday.
Okay.
To be honest, right? So it was 30 quid in a card, right? Then when I have my second wedding, you'll be like, well, I suppose if he gave me 30 quid, I'll give him 30 quid. That's how it works. It's just a pyramid scheme.
What did you get? I didn't realise. What did you get as gifts when you got married?
Money.
Just money. No one got you anything.
Put it in the honeymoon fund.
Oh.
Are you having a honeymoon?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Don't know yet.
Okay, well, it's difficult to judge how much to give you then, isn't it?
I want to go to the Maldives.
Yeah, it won't be Maldives money, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
More like Butlins.
But we're...
But anyway, it's still, what I'm saying is it's difficult to know. Like, has it gone up with inflation? Are people expecting less because no one's got any money? It's difficult to know. That's my problem.
Hopefully our guest can help.
Yeah.
And we've wasted enough time.
Our guest is one of my very best friends, and I'm more friends with him than I'm with you, no offence. So I'm excited to have him on the show today.
Yeah.
Should we get him in?
Yes, please.
Welcome to the show, today's guest. He's been on every single terrestrial channel with a vehicle of his own, apart from ITV and Channel 5. He's been in a Nicolas Cage film. He is one of the most daring, brilliantly funny comedian. He's a handsome guy. He hasn't always been, but he has become more handsome, especially he's gotten very good at his dress sense and his skincare, and it's really elevated him up a level. For some reason, he's still on the market. It's Luke McQueen!
What a lovely introduction.
Do you want to do yours?
Yeah. It's not often in comedy one can say one has a very truly special guest that matters, actually. And this guy, he takes a risk. He certainly did a good work in progress show that I saw. my fiance is a big fan of his and
Watch out.
talks about how funny he is, and it's she doesn't realize that because she's not in comedy that makes me jealous. You're not supposed to do that. She doesn't get the hint, so that's frustrating. He plays. I checked his IMDb. He's played a character called Crispin, and he's written on Judge Rinder. We'll talk about, ladies and gentlemen, the Luke McQueen. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
good.
Whose did you prefer?
No, I think they were both. They're normally sort of quite awful to sit through, but I thought they were okay.
Mm.
I felt comfortable. I liked the bit about your fiance. Made me really happy.
I've got a bone to pick there, actually.
Oh.
I don't remember her saying things like that about my comedy.
She likes your stupid comedy, all right?
Well, guess what? That's another £5 going in the card on Saturday.
Yeah, I am actually getting married this weekend as well. So you owe me 50 quid, Joey.
Okay, cool. Is that what you put in mine?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
How was it?
Yeah.
A £50 note.
No, not a 50.
I don't know. It was a,
they're
it was a
hard
full
to
note.
spend.
Mm.
I think it was. Yeah.
They're hard to spend.
Yeah. You spent it.
Spent it on a road trip across America.
Oh
Buddy.
yeah.
What's it like working with Judge? Is it Rinder?
Oh, is that
Judge
Rinder.
Judge Rinder.
Rinder.
I mean, that's actually I did prefer yours because no one's ever brought that up before, and that guy's mad.
Is he?
Well, I didn't even know that, but that's what you tend to. You just tend to like. You're like, I've done this now. You're like, when the hell did you have time to do that? So I didn't even know you did that.
No, I just got asked to come in and do a video, and the production company said, "Oh, come and meet Judge Rinder," and I just
It's
thought,
called Josh Rinder.
I can't.
His first name.
Judge.
What is his name?
Judge
It says
Rinder.
it on the thing.
Rob. His name's Rob.
Rob, yeah.
Robbie Rinder.
Um,
He sounds like a garage MC, Robbie Rinder.
but they
He's
said
at Printworks.
they said come meet him. So I went in and just thought he was gonna be a normal guy, and I walked in and he just started roasting me. I mean, it was just a meeting room. I just walked in to say hello, and he just sort of stood up and was like, "Look at your shit clothes" and stuff like that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I was just stood there and he was just roasting me for ages, and I was just thinking, "This is crazy. What's happening?"
That's shocking.
And
And this man is
Right.
a judge.
You know when you listen to a podcast and
Yeah.
someone says something, you think, why did they say that? Right?
Right.
I've already thought that about what I'm about to say, but I'm still going to say it.
Oh,
right?
please.
I think he reminds me a lot of Jeremy Kyle in some
Oh,
ways.
yeah.
Judge Rinder.
Similar vibe.
And I think they're
Very
the same
similar
person.
vibe.
I think they're the same
I
person.
yeah.
Was it Jeremy Kyle?
This is new
Thinking about
character.
it now, it was Jeremy Kyle. You're absolutely spot on with that.
Because you know Lee Francis, like, you know, with Keith Lemon
Yeah.
and Bo Selector. It's
Yeah.
the same guy.
And he does the betting
And
adverts.
this is the new... This is Jeremy Kyle's
This
new
is the
character,
new guy.
Judge Rinder.
Weirdly, I'd respect them. I'd respect them both if that was true, but it's not. So they're both weird little worms.
So what did you do for Judge Rinder? What was you writing on?
It's a chat show, is that right?
He did some chat shows, crap. But I mean, you're saying that you're regretting some of the things that you're saying. I'm not doing too well. But it was god awful, this show, and I just had to sort of camp outside. Actually, it was quite. Who was that? Oh, it's mad. I can't remember that politician's name. The one that sort of kicked off Brexit. The real sort of like
Farage?
no, the bad boy of politics that was in with.
Oh, Opic.
No.
The cheeky girls.
No.
Bad boy.
He's not really a politician. He just come in to sort of upset everybody, and then he left. The guy that was sort of
Boris Johnson.
no, but there was problems with Boris Johnson during the pandemic. He went to Newcastle. What's the guy's name?
He went to get his
to
his
Durham.
glasses
He went to
fixed.
Durham,
Durham.
to get his glasses.
This is the guy. This is the guy that everyone.
It's
hates
Dominic
now.
Cummings.
Dominic Cummings.
Right, sorry about that.
Of course, it's Dominic Cummings.
It's very difficult to remember all the different comings and goings, isn't it? Okay, it's a
got
comedy
it.
podcast, everyone. Sharpen your skates. Fuck
He's,
right.
What about him?
He's too Dominic quick for us. Does that work? Not really.
Too Dominic quick.
Yeah, crap. I had to camp outside his. It was actually quite exciting because I had to wait outside his house, and I think everyone was doing it at the time, and just wait for him to come out. And then I think I offered
For
to
Judge Rinder.
yeah for Judge
Okay.
Rinder's show. And I think I had like a strap on or something, and it was something like I was giving him a strap on because he was screwing over the country or something like that. I can't remember.
Did he take it?
He took it and he threw it back at me.
like
He
hit
threw
you.
it at you.
Yeah, he grabbed it and went like that and chucked
That
it at
makes
me.
great TV.
Guys, he's a bad boy.
He's a bad
I
boy.
respected it.
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
No. I just thought, that's pretty good content that I'm going to waste on this awful Judge Rinder show.
Wow.
So, Luke, how much do you put in someone's card that's just a sort of not a good top tier friend, but a sort of like middle friend at a wedding?
At a wedding. The thing is, I just have this sort of social embarrassment where I just don't want them to sort of. So it's more out of guilt that I'll put something in. But if I'm there, just there for the reception, I probably won't put anything in.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I probably won't even bother with a card if I'm just there at the reception.
But if you've been asked to be a witness, I feel like that's the present. I've already got a job to do. I'm working that wedding.
Some people do think that.
Yeah.
They think, because I'm going to a wedding in Morocco soon, and you do sort of think, well, I'm flying to Morocco for your wedding.
Yeah.
So do I have to get you a gift as well? Because your wedding's costing me quite a lot of money.
I
mean, not in comparison to what they're spending.
A couple of my really good friends didn't put any money in, and I still remember that.
Yeah, but I think some people have a sort of philosophy that they don't. They're coming to your wedding and they don't have to put money in because
that's a gift in itself.
I don't really agree with that because but also it's like if you go to a wedding and you can sort of think, well, these guys have spent 30 grand. It's nice to put some money in. If you go to a wedding, it's like, well, they're just sort of a bit of a chilled out one. Then
mine only cost $7 grand because I did it all myself.
Yeah, but that's still
it's a lot of money.
That's still a lot of money.
What was your problem? That people. You must have had this, Luke.
Yeah, you would have had this.
Where people, once you become flavour of the month, people now start to be really nice to you that never really gave a shit about you before.
How do you deal with that?
I've probably got it the other way around now. Where everyone was like, oh, really excited to meet you, and now they're sort of not. You just don't take it. You just don't take it seriously. None of it doesn't mean anything. Like their compliments mean nothing. Their criticisms mean nothing. They are nothing.
Yeah. I don't know when someone's my friend though. Sometimes.
Well, then none of them are your friends.
Yeah, probably.
We're colleagues.
Colleagues.
We're all colleagues.
We're colleagues.
Yeah.
Would you describe Luke as a friend or a colleague?
I think he's a friend.
Is he coming Saturday?
I'm not coming Saturday.
They didn't get
I'm not
invited.
coming Saturday. Yeah. So, but that more for you because there would have been £50 in the card.
£50. I wasn't sure. It was quite hard with who to invite, right? I didn't know if I knew you well enough, and I didn't know if it would be.
This is the only reason I said it.
I don't mind. Would you have found it weird if I invited you? Because we haven't spent any time one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's a good policy.
No,
if you've never spent time one-on-one,
we've never met up for a meal.
I think it's very reasonable to say that we are friends, but not friends that invite each other to our weddings.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But
what will probably be annoying is that I'll probably get married in 5 years or something,
But
and then
we'll be best
and then
friends.
then you'll come to my wedding, and I'll be like, oh,
thanks to Joey Page, aka the Conduit, because I got you guys together for a curry recently. So it's like I'm pushing you together as friends.
That was a nice evening, and we ate too much ice cream. Remember?
Oh yeah,
because we misunderstood how much ice cream that was.
He misunderstood. Yeah, we ordered one ice cream between three of us, and
It was
I
9.
think he bought
I was
6 ice
annoyed at
creams.
that curry. Can I say I was annoyed at that curry?
Was you?
Because it was like I didn't do normal curries. It's like don't
Yeah.
when you go for a curry, don't fuck about with the menu.
Well, I've got this new thing where I've learned. I haven't learned. My flatmates learned how to do a base curry, which I didn't really know what that was.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's just a base, so it's like a base sort of gravy, and then you just sort of make whatever curry you want mix it with the base. I've had it twice. Honestly, it's like restaurant curry.
Yeah.
It's all about the base.
Right. Can you share some secrets, or is it a secret recipe?
I can share, but it might have to be after the podcast because I think.
You don't want everybody doing it.
No, I do.
I mean, I don't think the listenership of this podcast is the problem for getting that secret out, to be honest.
Well, why do you think I'm slagging off Judge Rinder so much? It's not getting back to him.
I'm sending it directly to him.
I can't because it's some Instagram guy does it.
Right,
I'll find out.
Cool.
I made a curry the other week and I was quite pleased with it. Like, I don't think I've ever made one that's tasted like a
Was it
proper
restaurant
curry.
quality?
Restaurant quality, but it did taste quite authentic. I've not really had that before, so
Well done.
well done to me.
What are you cooking these days?
It's a lovely question. I'm not a very good cook.
No?
I don't know.
What do you eat?
I get things like.
He loves getting he loves a little what I would call a cold dinner, like some ham, some like coleslaw, some salads.
Oh, you're on the cold
I
diet.
have coleslaw with almost every meal. In fact, I think tonight I'm going to have lasagna and coleslaw. I'll do things like get a fish cake and just make some chips and veg.
Okay, that's nice.
But it's not really cooking. It's just heating things
It's
up.
all right. Air fryer?
I've got an air fryer now.
Yes,
yeah.
man.
It's really good.
It's
Making
a
chips
game
in an air
changer.
fryer is really good.
Incredible.
I've not got one.
Mate.
Yeah, but I can do a roast.
If any like potential benefactors of the podcast think,
Oh yeah.
I'm really enjoying this podcast.
Yes.
They don't have a Patreon.
No.
How can I help them out? Send me an air fryer
Oh yeah.
because I've not got one.
Get one for like 60 quid.
I know, but wouldn't it be nice to reward me for all my prep that I do pre-podcast, the bits you don't turn up for?
So because
A
you
listener
do too
rewards
much
me.
work, you want a free air fryer.
Well, why don't you buy an air fryer for Bilal's wedding, and then sort out
Just
your next
keep it.
wedding pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and then you'll get an air fryer
He's got
back.
2 air fryers. He doesn't need to.
I
yeah.
could do with two,
He'd
man.
use two.
Just one for chips.
I went round to Bilal's house, well, flat, and
Why'd you say it like that?
I knew it was a pretty cunty.
It's not that. It's not that much of a cuss.
And I mean, I live in a flat too.
I mean, everyone in London pretty much lives in a flat, apart from millionaires.
His fiance made the best macaroni cheese I've ever had.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
that's nice.
It was butternut squash macaroni cheese.
Oh, bad
So
girl.
like butternut squash is blended into the cheese sauce.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You can
Yeah.
come over for that
Yeah, okay. When?
next week,
What day?
Thursday.
Okay.
All right. We can watch some Europa League
I mean-
football.
Is that?
I don't know if
I'm
I
in
don't know
Lip
what
Hook.
it
I'm
is.
gigging in Lip Hook, so I can't come.
What the hell? Have you heard of Lip Hook?
It's
He
Nick
keeps
Ryan.
talking about Lip Hook.
Okay. So
What is it?
should we continue on with the podcast?
I love it so far.
You love it so far. Good. So
Yeah.
let's dig into
Oh.
Luke's problem.
Oh yeah.
So I tell you now my problem.
Yes, please.
It's just it's getting dressed for things. Like I can dress for, like, if it's not like an event. I've got some nice summer fashion.
You have got some great summer fashion.
I've got better at it.
I think you've just gotten really good at fashion. You could take a leaf out of Luke's book, actually, Bilal. You're all right, but you could up it. Like he's
Up it.
No,
Yeah.
not today.
Not
but
today.
Generally.
I didn't know this was being filmed, by the way.
Oh right.
Oh,
Sorry.
did you
Yeah,
not?
we should say that.
I told my people.
Oh,
that.
I forgot.
Really?
I
Yeah.
better tell my other guests.
I'm really sorry about
No,
this.
it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry about Joey.
He's used to me.
I remember years ago, and I remember this is like, I quote this sometimes, you saying, and this is a long time ago, you said your favourite time of the day was getting dressed in the morning.
Mhm.
And I thought that was a nice thing, to enjoy getting changed.
Yeah.
Favourite it's peaked a bit early though, the day.
But he loves it. He's in front of the mirror, he's putting on his silly clothes, he's not ironing anything.
I do iron.
Do you?
Yeah. I love ironing. And
Do you turn the iron on?
No, just pretend. Just for when the neighbours walk past. But Luke also said something that I quote quite often. And I know I was talking about this earlier when I was trying to get people to go on my Instagram about my beach body. Luke once said, when he saw me shirtless for the first time, described my body as the body of an 80-year-old man and a baby at exactly the same time.
Stand by it.
Yeah, I'm still telling people that. On dating websites, I'm leading in with that.
Yeah, no surprises. My body's like an 80-year-old woman and a baby. But yeah, I'm going to this wedding soon, and I sort of it's sort of a summer wedding, I suppose. I get stressed. Like I remember I went to this wedding before. Like if it's like comedians or creatives, it doesn't really matter because everyone just sort of wears, like, everyone sort of looks different, really.
But that's what you asked. So that's how you should.
Well, but at this wedding, I'm sorry, I'm just picking something off the table that I think's come out of my mouth. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly what it is.
We'll edit that out.
Okay.
I
I know people say that on podcasts all the time, leave it in, but genuinely, I think that should go.
What would that have been? Oh, I tell you what, I know what that would have been. A little bit of at a cocoa chocky bar. What are those bars that I don't know?
Bounty?
No.
What, like a
Looks
fruit
a
and
bit
nut, like
Bounty-esque.
They're really great. They're the sort of
like
there's
a healthy one.
a healthy one. I love these bars.
Eat natural.
No, I can't think of them. I can't think of anything.
Tony's Chocolonely.
Yeah, Tony's Chocolonely.
They're expensive.
They're good. They should be. They're
They're
good.
so expensive.
They're so good.
Naked bars.
Lovely.
They do a new cocoa chocolate one.
What sort of work does the person who's getting married do?
This is the thing. Well, the people that go into this wedding are not creatives. So basically, and I went to one of these weddings before, and everyone was in a blue suit, like a dark blue suit. Everyone, and I was in a light suit, and I just felt, I just want to fit in those things. I don't want to make a song and dance about my outfit. I just want to look like everybody else, and get through the day on my
Do you want me
personality.
to lend you my navy blue suit for the day?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Well, that's sorted.
And that's all we've got time for.
Yeah, a navy suit is a pretty neutral thing.
Yeah.
That'll work anyway.
But the only suit I've really got is a light. Well, I've got some other sort of silly suits I could never wear at a wedding, but yeah, sort of.
Can
a
I
light
just interject? When it was my wedding, you bought a suit on the way to
Yeah,
my wedding.
Oh.
I know. But that's why I find it so stressful. I couldn't buy a suit, and then I was like, on the day, I was like, well, I need to get one.
Where did you get it from?
Reese, it's like a nice suit, but then I think that suit I wore to your wedding, like, it's like I can't. It's a light suit. I can't wear it to this wedding. Like, everyone wears dark suits, but then are they going to wear dark suits as summer wear? It's in Morocco, so maybe everyone's going to wear like.
What do you wear
Linen.
if it's really
Yeah,
hot?
linen is
linen
good.
suit.
Yeah, in Morocco.
Is that what I'm going to do? Buy a linen suit?
But do you want to buy a suit? You're already going to Morocco.
That's what I'm in. Am I going to wear a linen suit?
When is it?
March.
See, now this is right. Okay, you want to get on ASOS because it's out of season for that kind of suit. It's not quite summer yet. There'll be some discounted either linen ones, or you can get suits with shorts.
I can't wear shorts, can I?
No.
But shorts and
This is
suit
what we
jacket.
don't
No, it's
want.
That's exactly what I don't
Don't
want.
want.
I'm going to be standing out like a sort of courgette in a spag bowl. Is that a good analogy?
Uh,
Can I
Like
try
a
another
whole
one?
courgette.
okay.
Is that what
What's the weirdest thing you've ever put in a spag bowl?
Coleslaw.
I would say carrot.
You put
No,
carrot?
Yeah.
carrot's not weird.
But I know. I tell you what I put in it. Some sweet chili jam.
Oh, that sounds great.
That's all right
yeah,
though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's weird.
Potentially.
It's talking
Yeah.
about weirdness.
I
But
bet that's well nice.
it doesn't really work for the saying stand out like a courgette in a spag bowl.
Like chili jam in a spag bowl. You won't be able to see it.
Well, this has almost become like a comedian's writing podcast.
Yeah.
I've
Stand
never
out
met up
like
with
a. I tell you what
comedians to
stands
write.
out in a spag bowl for me because I fucking hate it. If
Oh.
anybody ever tries to cook for me and puts this in, I'll cut you. Celery.
I've done celery before.
Ugh, I hate celery.
But
It's one of the only things I won't eat.
I do
Oh,
celery
really?
when there's no meat in it.
I'd do that with mushrooms.
Mm.
Makes it meaty.
Mm.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever put in a spag bowl, Bilal?
Nothing unusual. I'm really sorry. Shall I do like a pretend?
No.
Oh, well, we're just trying to help Luke with his new.
I don't.
Catchphrase.
I try quite hard with cooking.
Do you?
Yeah. Especially over lockdown. A lot of spare time. Do a lot of slow cooking.
That's one of my problems.
What?
Comedians that are still talking about lockdown on stage.
I'm not talking about on stage.
There's not many people doing that, though.
No, there are.
Really?
I'm one of the I am the only person in this room working the clubs, and I'm seeing people
I do
still
them
going.
sometimes.
I'm seeing people still going. Did you have a good lockdown, guys? What, 3 years ago? Do you know what I mean?
And then what? They have some material about lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you even say about it?
I've got some stuff to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On stage.
No, but I can do it
on
now.
podcasts?
Do you want to?
I saw a man at a train station wearing a mask, eating a packet of crisps. So we'd go.
I think he should have filled the mask up with crisps like a nose bag for a horse. It's been like...
It looks. It looked so stressful, and just not worth it. And then when he finished the crisps, he got out a second packet.
Bloody hell.
Hang on, this is the big news.
I know. That's unforgivable.
What?
See, now that's different to lockdown. That's some people still wearing masks. That's fine. I'm literally talking about when a comedian goes, "Did you have a good lockdown, guys?"
Isn't it nice to be out again?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I
I've been
didn't
out
think
for
we'd be
years.
doing this again. But you have been doing it for 2 years, and this is your first gig. You're that shit that you've only got one club booking in the year.
Yeah. Or they just don't write. You know.
It's like when
It's just dated.
not that I want to turn this into a comedy bugbear thing, but I've been seeing this a lot. When compares go, so it's gonna be 2 acts, a break, then it's gonna be another act, then a break, then there's gonna be another break, which is the rest of your lives.
That's nice.
My compere last night, before I went on, asked the audience to practice laugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see where he was last night.
No, don't. That's mad, isn't it? A practice laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. You
And
do
then
that for Radio 4 recordings.
Yeah.
Is he a Radio 4 guy?
No.
Are you a Radio 4
Very sweet
recordings
lady,
guy?
actually.
I did one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't pay well enough, so I'm not going to bother.
No.
Yeah.
Got to
You
chase
got
the
Radio
money.
4?
Nope.
But you
Nope.
got all the TV.
Some of the TV.
Ask me.
Did you do Radio 4?
No.
Nah.
But it would have been nice of you to ask.
Oh, right.
Don't just assume I haven't,
They
okay?
wouldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't have your
You're
kind.
nowhere near Radio 4.
So, is it going to be... What time is the wedding? Is it the day?
So this it's 5 p.m. This wedding is 5 p.m. until the evening. Yes, I
So
guess it's like
just
an
be
evening thing.
No, but it'll be hot at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
How hot
But
is
an
it gonna
hour
be?
later, it's going to be freezing because it's closer to the
Yeah,
equator.
you're right. You're right.
Have
So
you
maybe
checked like how hot it will be roughly? Any
no,
idea?
no.
Okay, I've got it. Trousers, shirt, jumper tied over your shoulders like that.
Really, a jumper?
Yeah, like
No blazer.
no blazer.
I actually, do you know what? I'd not thought about the 5 p.m. thing until now. I actually think I can just get like a normal suit basically,
You'll be okay.
and it'll be fine.
Okay.
What kind of tie are you going for?
I've got a really
Don't
nice
do
tie.
a tie in Morocco.
No, you're not allowed. Sorry.
But I've got a nice tie.
What's it like?
The other thing I could do, because I've bought a
No.
shirt.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
I'm going to this thing on Friday.
Yeah.
And I've had to buy a shirt for this, and I'm a bit stressed about this as well. So I've got like some dark blue, sort of nice dark blue trousers that I'm gonna wear with black boots, and then I've bought this shirt. Do you think this is nice?
I think that's lovely.
Do you?
Can we just have it? It's long sleeved. Yeah.
Well, it's got. I can't go with a short sleeve one, can I?
No.
It's February.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah, I
That's
think you
fun.
look smart in that.
It's like you
So it's fun.
present a cooking show in the 90s.
Oh, no, don't put him off.
What?
that,
It's
no.
a good thing.
No, that's not what he wants to hear.
Do you know what? I'm getting Judge Rinder flashbacks here.
No, I think you look smart in that.
Do you?
Yeah, it's
So-
nice.
So I can always take it back, couldn't I?
Other than the
But then I
fact
thought I could maybe even wear this for the wedding, but that's a bit much, isn't it?
that,
Yeah.
well, I think you don't want long sleeves in Morocco.
Are you saying short
in
sleeves?
Morocco.
But what if it gets
Because then
really
when you
cold?
take your jacket off,
Do you know what? That's a good idea. I've got a nice pink shirt,
Yeah.
short sleeves, no tie.
Yeah,
So I wear the pink shirt with a blue suit,
lovely.
and I'm there in Morocco.
Yeah,
There we go.
no socks
Oh.
and shoes. I don't know. Sounds like kind of thing.
Oh, well, you've put me off that, no way.
Oh.
So
Just going to be sitting there with a bloody frying
how
pan
do
all
you,
night.
because you have upped your fashion game significantly, McQueen, right? And other than
Yeah.
getting sponsored a load of clobber by a company, how did you like just go? Oh yeah, I'm interested in this now, or what happened?
I don't know, really.
What was the catalyst?
I don't, like, when I was younger, I'd always have terrible dress sense. Terrible. Like, it just wasn't part. I remember one of my mates when I was like, a kid, and he said, oh, my mum said to me, I've got 60 quid, I can either buy a football shirt or a load of clothes. And I was like, well, yeah, well, you get the football shirt, don't you?
Yeah.
And he went, no, I'm going to get loads of clothes. And I just couldn't understand it.
Mm.
So I was never interested in fashion. And I always sort of looked a bit ridiculous, really. I remember the first suit I bought when I had some money, like 18, I got, did some silly job and had, not much. But I thought I'd get a suit. I'm in the shop and the guys in the shop are going, yeah, that looks great, mate. So I walk out with this sort of brown pinstripe suit and I get home. It doesn't even nearly fit me. And obviously I don't know that.
Yeah.
But the people in the shop are going, yeah, that's brilliant. And then I had to give it to
Tried
my dad.
the whole thing on.
Yeah, I tried it all together, but I don't really know what I'm looking at. I'm just like, well, it's all going on me.
Were the shoulders massive?
Just didn't fit the tree. It just
Long
looked ridiculous.
arms.
Yeah, long arms,
Yeah.
really like wide trousers.
That's great.
I know. I didn't wear it once because it was like impossible.
So how did we get to where we are today?
I don't. I don't really know. I think I just started to have. I can't remember exactly.
Maybe going on stage is a thing, right?
No, because
No.
on stage I sort of make myself look ridiculous on purpose, really.
But you have more awareness of what you're wearing because you go on stage, whereas before you didn't. No.
When I first sort of said to myself, "Oh, I need to have a look on stage," it was like my first proper Edinburgh, and I got there with no money. I think we were probably showing a flat. I remember I literally got there and chucked £4 on the side. I think that's all I had, but it was just in a free fringe show, so you get a bucket and then you sort of manage to eat every day. And I remember thinking, well, I need to wear something on stage because I'm doing this show, and my solution was to just do the show in my pants. And people thought that was an artistic choice. It wasn't. I just didn't have any money. So I wasn't wearing anything.
Right. Okay.
It was sort of long enough ago that you could maybe get away with that. I don't know. Well, probably not.
People could do that today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I sort of cringe.
If you've got the kind of body I've got, you could do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be really funny if you did it. I think it was quite funny when I did it, to be fair, back then. I think I sort of Google things now a little bit more. Like I'll Google sort of fashion things a little bit more.
You could with your colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what changed.
Okay.
It might have even been living with Lou.
Mm.
To be fair, I think she says that, and I don't ever buy it. But actually, thinking about it, maybe it was that a little bit.
Could be hanging around with me.
I wouldn't have the confidence to do what you do, but I respect it. Because when I was at school, I got suspended because I wouldn't put my collar down because I was a big Elvis fan, and also I used to wear these glasses and I took the lenses out, and they said they said you got to stop wearing that, and all my mates were like taking the piss out of me.
Well, that's what mine did, but that's how I found my place in the group.
Really?
I'm just the idiot, like clown guy now.
I went the other way, and I just went, "Oh yeah, I'm an idiot, aren't I?" But then Topshop started selling them about 20 years later.
Yeah. I once got into a fight because I was wearing a pair of glasses that didn't have proper lenses in. I don't think that's why I got into a fight, but basically I just walked into this club and this guy came up to me and went, "You're a fucking prick, mate." And I was like, "Well, I've just got here, so it's highly unlikely that he actually thinks I am who he thinks I am because I've just arrived. Or he thinks I'm a prick because I'm wearing glasses that I don't need, but how does he know that? And 3, I don't look like what I normally would look like because I'm wearing these glasses. I don't normally wear them. So something's not right." But he kept on saying, "You look like..." He was like, you're a fucking prick, mate." And I was like, and he really like got up close to me. And I said, "Say that again, and there's going to be trouble." And he did. So I headbutted him.
Did you?
And the glasses fell off, and he stamped on them. And then the bouncers came, and as I saw him coming, I ran away, and they chucked him out. I ran into the crowd.
Wow.
That's quite good that you headbutted him. Yeah. Where did you get him on the nose?
Yeah, just like bang.
Any blood?
No.
Was he a big?
Oh no, I had a tiny little cut from where the glasses had like imprinted into my head a bit, but
Was he a big guy?
I don't really remember much about
Was
it.
he
It's
really
quite
small guy?
Yeah, really old. He was about 75 years old. Before we get into our listeners' problem,
Yeah.
it's time for a quick little feature. Luke,
Do you like features?
I love features. Yeah.
this is pick a problem from the list of 1,000 problems, of which there are only 100,
No,
but
there's
currently we've
1,000.
only got 14.
There's 1,000.
So pick a number from 1 to 1,000.
It's got to be 8.
8. Okay.
Good choice.
What do you do
Mm-hmm.
when you run out of toilet paper? Like there's none in the flat. But you haven't noticed halfway till it's too late.
Yeah. Sort of just clothes I don't wear anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Toothbrush.
Whose?
Whoever's I can find.
No.
What's the plunger?
Plunger.
I'm just grabbing stuff.
You
just grabbing.
plunge your
Yeah,
arse.
suck it out.
I don't think toilet paper doesn't help you get. Oh, I suppose it does. I don't know. I wish that wasn't number 8.
So what I've genuinely done in those times before, which I think I've read about this since and thought that wasn't ideal. I've used like wipes, like Dettol wipes,
Right.
and I've read a story once where a guy
Give
sort
a
of
sore body.
gave a sore body, but yeah, I've done that before. It's quite nice in a way because you sort of you
Lemony
wet it
fresh.
all up, and
Yeah.
it smells nice afterwards.
Well, you can get those wipes.
You can
For
get
that
wet
purpose.
toilet paper.
Really?
Yeah, wet
they
wipe.
would-
Bum,
Oh, yeah, that
change your
makes
bummy
sense.
wipes.
Yeah.
But then you can't put them in the toilet
You
afterwards.
can these
Can
ones,
you?
These
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because otherwise the men have to go down there, don't they? The fatberg police.
Yeah.
Because
They got to use the plunger and you've been using that on your ass. That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nightmare.
Bilal?
I'd have a shower.
That's what a lot of people say, isn't it?
I'd have a
But
shower.
then what? So then you're spraying the hose up your bum?
This all gets washed, doesn't it?
What if you're in a public toilet and you've not noticed? Which is, you should have noticed. You should have checked.
Yeah.
I guess there's nothing you can, I don't know, put arse in the sink. I know this is the sink outside of the cubicle. Oh, man, that's a problem.
I know. I had a mate at school who used both of his socks, but then everyone was like, "You was wearing socks earlier." No, not what happened, and he had to like say,
Yeah.
"I had to use my
I
socks."
shoved them up my
Fair
ass.
enough. Yeah.
Shove my socks up my ass. Do you know what I do? Incidentally, because I'm worried about this. A couple of times, I always really forget to go and buy toilet paper, so I now hide emergency rolls from myself.
Do you?
It's like when I get a packet of toilet paper, I'll put one in another place.
Do you always remember where they are, though?
Yeah, so it's the same place. But it's like when I run out of toilet paper, I'm out of toilet paper.
That's not hiding, though, is it?
That's not hiding
That's
at all.
just-
That's just
Yeah, but it's like, you know
something
how
away.
sometimes some people set their watch 5 minutes fast or slow so they get there on time?
Yeah.
I do that. I still know it's 5 minutes, but my brain in the moment will forget.
Just go to Iceland and buy
I'm very
loads.
easy to trick. It's
Right.
very easy to trick myself.
Yeah.
So when you take it out of the special secret place,
Then I'm like, once I've had,
Do you
once
always
I've been,
replace
I'm
it?
going to get the toilet paper. Then.
Really?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
everything, you drop everything.
Not drop everything, but like when I'm out, like it will force me to write. I need to buy toilet paper in my hand or whatever.
So basically, your system is
I've got
when
I've got a buffer roll.
when you run out of toilet paper, you go to the shop and you buy some more toilet paper.
But I've created a buffer for myself.
You created fuck all.
Okay, so it's now time for a listener's problem.
Yeah,
If
you
you
got it.
are a listener or a viewer and you've got a problem, which you almost certainly have, you can send it in to us and get it answered by one of our guests. How do they do that, Mr. Zafar?
You can email us at gotaproblemmate@gmail.com.
Okay. So this has
Yeah,
been sent in
please.
by Dready Badgers.
Yeah,
Is that how you say it?
I guess.
Okay. Dready Badgers. My housemate is obsessively frugal with the heating bill.
Oh, his problem's not his name.
Yeah. He insists we only have the heating on for 2 hours a day and will sneakily turn it off whenever nobody is looking. We've talked about it, but he won't budge. Winter is coming to an end, thankfully. But what about next winter? So, Luke, I know, obviously, currently live in a house share with one other person. I thought this would be an ideal one to send your way.
It's tricky. Whenever I've had arguments in a flat share, when I think back at the arguments I've had, I regret every single one. I think, basically, because at the time it feels really important, but actually you should just have a laugh.
So,
I just think I understand why someone wouldn't want the heating on all the time, especially with what's going on at the minute. You know, and that person might have some difficulties that they don't want to share or whatever. But
arthritis,
for
example.
diabetes.
Diabetes.
I just like saying it wrong.
Any time where I was a bit anal with house stuff, I regret it.
With the plunger.
Yeah.
But it can be expensive now.
Yeah,
My
that's the
flat,
problem. It can be
I'm
expensive.
not there half the time at the moment, right? And it doesn't heat up even when I've got the heating on, and it still costs me £200 a month.
Really?
I've got draft issues, and
Yeah.
I haven't got any curtains in my living room.
Yeah.
So I'm making my place sound really bleak.
I have a good tip. Well, what we do is we try and avoid having the heating on at all. It's a new build, so it gets a bit hot anyway. We've got one of those mattress topper things that heats up.
Oh, really?
It's
That's
plugged
quite
in.
good.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's hard to get up in the morning if you've left it on, but it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You can get stuff like that.
I overheat in the night. Like I don't
have a heating on
run
at night.
hot.
Do you
I'm
overheat at
hot-blooded.
night?
No, I'm quite happy being cold at night. And I just
Yeah,
sort of get in my duvet and it's fine.
Hmm.
But if you're a family, obviously it's different. But I think if you're renting and you're an individual, you've not got much responsibility. Just don't worry about it.
But how do you convince his housemate to not worry about it?
Isn't he the one that wants to have the heating off?
He wants it on.
Oh, he wants
My
it.
housemate wants it off.
Oh, I see. Maybe it's a case of moving
Yeah, before next winter.
Oh,
Or I would be like perfect housemate. Yeah, make a spag bowl, possibly with courgette in it, maybe with it out of it. Be a really good housemate, and then about 2 months before winter, be like, if we don't have more heating, I'm moving out, and they'll be like, no, I'll do whatever I can to keep you, which includes having the heating on.
That's a long-term strategy.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta go long.
Yeah.
Not everything's quick fix, but
Trust the process, right?
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or when you move out, just sort of let yourself in every now and then and take all the toilet paper, and then just be like, oh well, when I was there was always toilet paper because of my secret place.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you're sneaking in after you've moved out?
Yeah. Yeah. That's when you get petty, when you move out.
Okay. Don't let it go.
But when you're there, yeah, he just needs to get on with it, just not worry about just.
But he's cold.
You can get very good.
I'm not giving any advice.
You can get very good cheap electric heaters. Which if he had that in his room, the housemate's got no jurisdiction over what happens in his room.
Yeah.
So you are still sending the electricity bill up.
It's horrible being
It's not
cold.
that. I think those are cheaper though. They're a lot cheaper than putting a gas radiator on. If you can get an electric blanket you can wrap up in.
I feel like we've turned into the Martin Lewis Money podcast.
He just needs to wrap himself in foil. Get a big roll of foil. If he does that, if he wraps himself in foil and his flatmate says, "What are you doing?" and he just says, "Look, don't worry, I'm just cold and I'm just dealing with it." Maybe the flatmate would be like, "Oh God, I can't have him wrapping himself in foil every night."
And then the flatmate goes to make himself a dinner. There's no foil to use.
Oh.
Unless you're me, because I've got an emergency foil.
It never ends.
So I hope that helped.
Yeah.
What's
They're
the name?
called?
Daddy Beige?
You've got
Beige.
it written down there. Dreddy something?
Dreddy Badge.
Dreddy Badge?
Dreddy. How does Dreddy spell his name?
DREDDYBAJS.
Dreddy Badges?
Dreddy Badge.
These are people on my Twitch. So
Oh, really?
They don't have their real names.
Aren't they people that have emailed in the podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
What about if it's got to be something like, let's get Dreddy, let's get Dreddy, let's get Dreddy to... But then something about being cold or warm.
Okay. I feel like we've really lost the
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know. You should have opened that feature with, let's get Dreddy, let's get Dreddy, let's get Dreddy to grumble.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Oh, man.
If we clip that and
Really
put it in...
blown this.
I think there's still...
We've blown it.
We'll start.
We'll get Ryan to edit that.
If it's a choice between that or the when we were talking about marzipan.
That was good.
What was it?
Shall we start again?
No, should we move on to our final feature of the show before we wrap up for today, which is Colleen Nolan knows best.
She knows best.
Yeah, she does.
So Colleen Nolan from the Nolan Sisters and also Loose Women, she's got a agony aunt page on the internet on the Mirror website.
Thank goodness.
They've always got 4 comments, no more, no less.
Okay.
And you know, the Daily Mirror
very suspicious.
is a juggernaut of modern journalism, right? So if they're going to get 4 comments, how are we expected to get people to email in with their problems when we're just a fledgling podcast?
That's a good point.
Okay, so this one, I'm going to read you the title because this is exciting, and I will be reading this on site, and I am undiagnosed, but highly suspected that I am dyslexic, so I will make some mistakes. So I'll read this out because I've not read it before. My wife came back from a work trip with another guy's pants in her suitcase. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited about this. Okay, so we're going to put it to you, Luke, and then we're going to tell you what Colleen suggests after.
Okay. Well, why don't I tell you what? We'll role play it.
Oh yeah.
I'll be the wife that's just come back, and you're the husband,
Okay.
and we'll just do
Who
that.
am I?
Do you want to read the whole
Yeah, I'm going to read
thing
it.
first?
Yeah. I am a man in my 30s, married with no children. A couple of weekends ago, my wife went away on a team building weekend with her colleagues, which involved staying 2 nights in a hotel. When she came home, she was pretty quiet and said she was exhausted. Motherfucking. It doesn't say. And didn't reveal much about what she got up to on the weekend. I had the Monday off work, so unpacked her case. No, you didn't. He's suspicious. He's not doing that out of the kindness of his heart. Unpacked her case, put some washing on her, found a pair of men's boxers mixed up with her clothes. They're not mine, and I've never seen them before. So, obviously, I immediately jumped to the conclusion that she'd slept with someone on the trip and accidentally packed his boxers in with her things. I don't know how to talk to her about this. I'm putting it off because I don't want to know the truth. I'll be devastated if she admits she slept with someone and that she's having an affair with a colleague. What would you do in this situation? I can't stop thinking about it. It's driving me mad. And I'm sure she's noticed that something's off with me. Please help.
That's a hard one. That's the most difficult one
I
we've
don't
had.
think you... I mean, we'll let
What?
Luke deal with this, but I don't think you write to the Daily Mirror before you speak to somebody
Yeah.
closest to you about it.
That's a good point. Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, what's your?
Do you want to role play a thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What's your problem? You've been really funny since I've got back.
Hang on, who are you again, Luke?
He's
I'm the wife.
You're the wife.
You're the wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's just no.
What's your
Did
problem?
you have a good trip?
Yeah, I told you I had a really nice time. Yeah, it was all
Yeah?
right. You know, it was fun.
What'd you get up to?
We just was just out with the girls. Like, why have you got to know what I'm up to all the time?
There's a lot of guys there as well. You know, that you're
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
with. You didn't see any of them or
Yeah, of course there was guys about. Yeah, having a look and that, but I didn't. You know,
what?
there's guys about in there. They're having a look. What's your problem? Like, why are you being so possessive?
I didn't suggest anyone.
Do you
was
not
having a
trust me?
look. You know about my boxers. I've only got one brand, Calvin Klein's,
Right.
and I found some other ones that
Yeah.
aren't Calvin Klein's
Right. Where did you find them?
in your suitcase.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right. So what then? What do you think about that? What's your problem? Why are you just always accusing me of this?
I've never done this before.
Yeah, but you just do it with your eyes and stuff.
Do I?
Yeah, judging me all the time.
But whose are they?
I don't know. Do I? I've stayed in a hotel, by the way.
Who's?
Hello?
Hi, it's me, Tony from work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think maybe some of my clothes have got mixed up in your
Right.
suitcase, yeah?
Yeah, so there you go. It's Tony's from work.
Tony.
So now we know.
How did you?
Hi.
They're
I've heard a
yours.
lot about you.
How did you know?
Huh?
How did you know about any of this?
Yeah. Well, he didn't have his boxers with him.
Just I do need them back because they're quite expensive, more expensive brand than Calvin Klein, whatever that might be.
Yeah, okay. So there you go, Tony. There's your boxers back. So now there's no boxers in my
no,
suitcase.
but
That's your
how
ball
did-
gag that you
Yeah.
left in
All right, yeah.
in my mouth.
There's my ball gag. So I'll have that back. Right?
Can I say what I think's going on here?
Yeah.
I think, and this reminds me of something which I can't wait to bring up. I didn't know what episode I was going to use this in, but this is a great story. But I think she's done it on purpose to get out of the. I think she wants to get caught.
Yeah.
I don't think she's even sleeping with someone. I think she's been bought a pair of boxers to get away from this.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I think. But right, so this reminds me of. I got told this the other day, backstage. At
Should
a
we
gig,
just... Yeah, go on.
right? A comedian. He's not a comedian anymore, right? I bought some fake scratch cards where you scratch it off and you've won like 15 grand,
Terrible.
right?
Mm.
And he gave one to his girlfriend as a laugh, right? And he'd already voiced some suspicions that she might be going off him a bit, right? But he gave her a scratch card and she scratched it off, saw that she'd won 15 grand, and he went to kind of go, "It's a joke, scratch card," and she looked at it and just went, put it in her pocket. So she was going to keep it, but after she'd split up
Wow.
Did she react at all?
with him. No, she was like, and he went, "Oh, what was this?" She went, "No, I didn't win. It's nothing."
That's
Didn't win.
incredible.
I'll just
So
keep
good
it.
at it.
Just keep this useless thing.
I'm going to do that with everyone I know. That's so good.
Oh,
Um,
shocking.
Yeah. So
Shall we role play that?
Okay.
And imagine it's what Joey just said, that I'm trying to get out of the relationship.
Okay.
You're right. You've been really funny with me since I got back.
I found I found underwear. I found another man's boxers, I think, in your suitcase.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I guess that's it then, isn't it?
What?
I guess that's the end then, isn't it? Are you breaking up with me?
No. I was just.
Are you not? What? But are you not?
I was just asking. Like, was it an accident or what? Whose are they?
Look, I know it's hard, but if you want to break up with me because of this, then I will understand.
But I wasn't talking about breaking up.
No?
I thought things had been fine. I want to know about the boxers.
Well, yeah, it's just this guy.
Huh?
Yeah, they're this guy's boxers.
Who?
Well, the guy that sort of the guy that I fucked.
Oh.
Look, honestly, if you want to break up with me because of me having sex with another man, then I will understand, and I'll be upset that it's over. But I get it. I understand
You seem like
you.
you've planned this.
Huh?
Did you put? Yeah.
Come on, girl. Car's outside.
Who are you?
Yeah. See, this is the problem. He's here now, and his car's outside.
And
Look,
these are real glasses, by the way. That's
Oh.
that's the thing I did earlier.
Are you? Is this? Did you set this all up? Are you really together?
well, no, we're not together, but obviously, because I'm with you. But
Yeah.
It's a paid service to get people out of their marriages.
You're like an extra.
Yeah. What would you do in this situation, Luke? What advice would you give?
okay, so my advice is
Pretty bad one.
to say nothing, bury it, bury anything you feel about this. Just bury it deep down in your subconsciousness. Try not to think about it ever again, because this woman that you're with, she's obviously an attractive lady. There's lots of men interested in her. You're probably not going to meet anybody better. So just bury it down, try and forget about it, and just let it sort of eat you up inside. Eventually, it'll probably develop into some sort of bodily disease because you're not dealing with it. But by that point, you'll be about 70. You'd have had a nice marriage. And, just sort of bury it, forget about it, and just, have a nice time.
Do you want to know what
with your
Colleen has said?
hot wife. Yeah. Similar, I
Probably
imagine.
the same. Yeah.
Colleen says, I mean, sometimes it feels like Colleen's not really even read the problem through herself.
Oh, God, here we go.
You've convinced yourself that she slept with someone else and you don't want to hear it from her.
Yeah.
But you can't keep ignoring this. It already drives you mad. And the longer you sit with it, the more stressed you'll become. But yes, I think it's probably wise to prepare yourself for the worst case scenario.
Oh, Colleen.
She continues, I've learnt to walk away for half an hour if I'm confronted with something upsetting because I don't want to react in anger. Then you can always go back when you're feeling calmer and have a discussion.
Can't always do that.
Maybe you should
What if
say,
you've
I
burnt
need to get
something?
this off my chest.
Sorry.
What if you've burnt something? You can't just walk away for half an hour. You can have a fire in your kitchen.
I need to get this off my chest. I found these shorts, not even shorts, it's pants.
Shorts? Who cares about shorts?
When I was doing the washing, and I'd like to know how they came to be in your bag. There could be an innocent explanation. For instance, a prank by her colleagues that has gone horribly wrong, or she's brought them herself to sleep in. But the point is, you can't unsee these boxes. So be brave and ask the question. Good luck.
Nah, bury it,
Good
mate.
luck.
I've had another thought. I think the woman that has come up. No, that doesn't make sense. She's found the pants in her own bag. I was like, how am I going to get out of this? I'll ask Colleen what could possibly be going on. Don't worry.
What?
It didn't make sense. Don't worry. I've had a long day. Okay, I'm going to go to the comments section.
Yeah, this is
Truthful Opinions back.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Do you think Colleen writes in all the problems herself?
I think so. I
think she
Someone
comments.
is. Truthful Opinion. He said, this is in the guy in with the problem. He said, my wife came back from a work trip with another guy's pants in her suitcase. Picture him explaining to the missus why they're both wearing matching skirts. So I don't have a go at a joke there.
That's very clever. He's a funny guy, that one.
Yeah.
Naggy pants.
Oh, that's good.
nice.
Ideal.
I think I think it's best to get the elephant in the room sorted ASAP.
That's not a very
There's no
nice way of
elephant,
talking
is there?
about.
No.
Tell her you unpacked her stuff to do her washing for her and you came across these. Show her what you found and ask her to calmly explain herself. Tell her that you need to know the truth and that not knowing anything is torturing you. Then you can decide what to do. Good luck.
Can you please calmly explain yourself?
He's unlikely to get the truth. Only what he wants to hear, says Michael BB.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just hear what you want to hear.
Hang the pants on the washing line and make sure they're the only item on the line. That's not my
But that's mad.
That is
so passive aggressive.
Yeah. Or you could.
I like that one.
I like that one, and maybe just sort of in blood.
Oh.
You just write sort of like, what? Or something better.
What?
Or you just do in blood. You just do a question mark.
Yeah.
That's quite good. Pants on the line, blood, question mark.
On the pants.
Yeah.
Ah.
Whose blood are they?
But then she might be like, well, the ones that I've never seen pants with a question mark, she could get out of it.
Or if you're going to a wedding, maybe give those pants as a gift. And that's all we've got time for on today's episode
wrapped it up
of
very
Got
nicely.
a Problem, Mate.
We should try that more often.
What, where I
Call
ran-
back that doesn't really make sense.
It did make sense.
It was lovely.
Thank you. Luke,
Yeah.
have you got anything you'd like to plug?
No, I've just sort of I really have walked away from this. I walked into this experience feeling I had some
Underdressed.
confidence. Yeah, underdressed, but I had some confidence. I've walked away thinking I'm going to go to a party on Friday dressed like a celebrity chef
From the 90s.
from the 90s.
Yeah. But they're good.
Ainsley
they're good
Harriott
people.
or something.
I think you're going to look very smart.
Thanks, Joey.
Yeah.
If you've got a problem, please send it in. If you've enjoyed the podcast, even just for a single second, then please like.
You say
subscribe.
that every time about
yeah.
the single second.
No, I just said it. I've said it twice.
How many seconds are in the podcast?
Loads. I think this one's been good value.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
actually.
been good. You've been a great guest, and I'm sorry for slagging off your shirt.
No, it's okay. I'm going to take it back immediately.
Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. What else can I do? Comment. What else can I do?
Review it.
Send us an air fryer.
You said that, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Like
Thank you
it.
very much.
Got a problem, mate.
Say the.
Got a problem, mate?
Yeah.
And use the hashtag GAP, M.
No.
Question mark.
Hashtags don't work with a comma, but he doesn't
really?
understand. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Thank you so much. That was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you. That's really good.
Thank you.
That's really nice.